You've probably heard the name and seen the beer in your local grocery store or favorite bar. Well, meet the man behind the beer known as Tupps. Keith Lewis, president and one of the founders of Tupps Brewery, sat down with me on my TV and podcast show, and we talked about where they started and what the future holds for Tupps Brewery. I'm here today with some people that have some great beer here in North Texas and McKinney called Tupps Brewery. Glad to have y'all here today. And is that how did you come up with the name?
Well, actually, I had a partner when we started, and his name was Tupper. So when we started doing home brewing and entering little competitions, we said we got to have a name for the brewery. So we just took his first name and smashed it down and called it Tupps. And I mean, it's stuck, it's strong, it's good. The logo's good, so everybody loves it.
It's I saw your video where it said that your wife bought you a home brew kit. Was that trumped up marketing stuff, or was that true?
That's actually a true story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Got the kit, went home, and Tupper, actually, we worked together.
Right.
And we did 3 or 4 batches in the house, and then we migrated to the garage, and we migrated to the street, and now we've migrated to a 17,000 square foot building. So
and now you're migrating again.
Yes.
What'd you say, 40,000?
40,000 square feet in McKinney. So starting all the architectural drawings, everything now, and then it's going to take about 2 years to build it, but it's a huge craft community.
Yeah.
So it's a brewery, and it's a restaurant, and it's going to be retail stores. So it's a big undertaking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just funny. I never thought 15 years ago, 20 years ago, craft beer. What's that? And it just all of a sudden it took hold. Maybe the last decade has it really grown up? The last decade, maybe.
Well, yeah, and I think Texas, Oklahoma, we're kind of late to the game. I mean, if you go out to California, to Colorado, Oregon, Washington, the Northeast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been hot for 20
years,
25 years. Yeah.
I had to make my way to the place where all the magic happens and met Keith at his brewery in McKinney, Texas. He taught me a little more about the process of beer making and the connection between aroma and taste. This is incredible. I can't believe. When you started, did you have all these? How many tanks did you have when you first started?
Well, we had a row along this wall, and there were maybe 6 tanks. So we have over 40 now.
Yeah.
So it's just been crazy.
So how does that? Does each beer have a different tank? How does it work?
Yeah. So this is the brew house right here. So think of this as the kitchen. So we'll grain in and we'll boil, we'll put hops, and once that's done, then it moves over into a fermenter, and that'll be one batch of beer. And then once we get that one done, change the recipe, do another one, go into another tank. So, and then from those tanks, it takes about a week and a half. It goes into these big ones here, and that's where we carbonate the beer.
So when you're talking about your aroma, aromas have to battle anything.
Right. I think they say that about 50% of what you think is taste actually comes from the aroma. That's why when you drink a beer, you can just smell it first and enjoy that, and then you drink it.
New big flavors now, the seltzer. Is it called seltzer now? What's it called?
Yeah, hard craft seltzer.
Whole seltzer.
Right.
You got 4 of those flavors.
Right.
But they're all under Blur, right?
They're correct. Blur is kind of the overall brand name. In fact, right behind you is the can. So you'll notice when you were drinking the product, had a label around it.
Right.
So you peel the label back, this is what you're going to see under it. So we found out we do this with beer. So what you do is you can do smaller runs, because otherwise you have to print a lot of cans.
Right.
So we do smaller runs, we put a label around it, but we found people peeling the label off and wondering what's going on. So now we just said, well, we'll give them what they want.
It's just amazing how the whole craft beer scene has just gone nuts.
Yeah.
Unbelievable to me.
To me, I think I'd say half of it is it's the product, it's the beer and all that, but I think the other half of it is that people really just love drinking it and talking about it and getting together with friends. And that's why here we have a big tap room, and it's just people sitting there, they have 3 or 4 beers and just hang out with their buddies and listen to music, and it's a social thing.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks
for coming out.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of TreysChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs and sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live.